Good.
All right.
Great.
So
Give it a shot.
before we begin, um, just one of the house rules. If you guys don't mind muting your microphones, just to not disrupt the guest and show respect for the audience and our guest tonight. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, how you doing? You guys can go into a party chat just so it doesn't disrupt the guest if you don't mind. Appreciate it. So something new this season before we begin. Once we get to the question and answer part of the show, the chairs now, if you grab that red card next to you, your chair will elevate. And once you reach the top, you'll be global, so you can ask a question, so you don't have to leave the seat. To bring the chair back down, just grab the chair again. It's going to say grab to lower, and it takes you back down to the original position. And then you won't have to worry about being global anymore. So nice addition. We can thank Dirt Dig for the scripting on that one. All right, so man, I'm excited. I am excited. This is season 3, show number 2, and I'm extremely, extremely thankful to have you guys here in the audience as we continue to grow. So let's talk a little bit about our guest tonight. So let me just say that this creator is probably one of my favorite creators on the entire platform. And again, everybody creates differently. There's a different style to everybody's technique, but I'm not sure exactly what it is about the way she creates that I can relate to. It might have started way back in the day, looking at one of her first builds when she did that Dragon Ball Z world, and I'm a big DBZ fan. And so something just automatically clicked about the possibilities within this space, and it was exciting, and I've been excited for a long, long time. But she is so talented. Not only because she's a creator, but she's a real artist, but she doesn't necessarily have one particular thing that she's good at because she's good at many things. She can do art, she can do fantasy. She's probably one of the leaders in the wearable space, and anybody that's had an outfit designed and made by her would understand the level of talent that she possesses. So it is a real honor and a true privilege to bring to the stage tonight. Bubblegum Planet, come on out. All right, Bubble, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Hey everybody. So before we begin tonight, there is an announcement that I would like someone to make. Zephyr, if you would come to the stage.
Hello, everyone. Hi. It's nice meeting some of you for the first time. Hello. I just want to give a big thank you to Bubblegum Planet, and Metaclean Rupert for giving me this time. I really, really appreciate it. As some of you may know, on Instagram, Jay Lay shared that he recently lost his mom. So, to be real with you, I'm not exactly rolling in it, and the funeral industry is truly, truly heartless. So, I'm offering my services. I will build anyone who's in the market for a meta home. I will build an apartment within reason, starting at $200. Uh, so yeah, I'm just offering that. If you know anybody who's looking for a meta home, apartment, yeah, I've got you. If you're looking for donation, just to donate, we really appreciate that. On Instagram, my name is the same, Zephyr Stepper with VR. Check my bio. It has the link for the GoFundMe. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you.
Okay. So, and I'll make sure to post her link as well. Black Hatter, you have a question? Nope, just an accident. Okay.
You're on mute.
So,
Okay. Okay.
um, I thought I would get up here and kind of tell you a little bit, but I mean, I know everyone here in the crowd for the most part. So I'm going to start off a little bit and then let's do some question and answer. So, to start off, I guess I can tell you a little bit of my life if you want to know it. So, I grew up in a really rural area. So, where I grew up was a little town in Maryland Eastern Shore called Pocomoke. It means black water. Um, the only art I had to look at was foul art, which is birds, water, trees, lots of nature art. So I really didn't have much to look at. Um, Thankfully, though, by the time I got old enough to really observe art and enjoy art, um, Toonami became a thing. So every day after school, I would come home and I would watch Toonami, the lineup. First, you had Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, or was it Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, Tenchi, Tenchi Muyu, whole nine, right? I probably got that wrong, but bear with me. So that kind of opened my eyes to a different type of art style. And I remember one day I was sitting at the table with my brother, who ironically is an amazing artist, but an even better scripter. He does coding for some of the best hospitals in America. And I rue the day this man learns how to actually get on Horizons and script, because he will be phenomenal on here. And one day I will bring him here and I know he will be a fantastic scripter. Um, but I was watching him draw and I was like, I know I can draw better than you. And that's when my artistic career started. So, growing up, I started drawing a lot and I didn't have very many friends. And because I was the only girl and the youngest, um, I just stayed to myself and I drew and I kept drawing. Um, any questions so far? Question, answer. No? Okay, I'm gonna keep going. So, because I was different, growing up, I always yearned for a connection with people that look like me. Um, in school, I didn't have much of like, oh, that's kind of weird. I didn't have much of a connection with other kids. I didn't play basketball. I just drew. I read a lot of comic books, and that's it. Until I went to college. When I went to college, I went to the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. By the way, if anybody went to an HBCU, reach out to I Go by Price or Purple Platforms. They are both starting an HBCU club. Um, so when I went to the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, that opened my eyes to different art styles, different mediums, and different techniques. Fortunately, I started doing commercial photography, and I had an amazing photography teacher who would not let me touch a digital camera until I learned how to use analog photography. So we had to learn how to like do everything in the dark room. So every time we went and we took a picture, we had to understand how the light worked, how the shadow worked. Like if it was a dark day or if it was a cloudy day, what was your f-stop going to be? Like how fast did your shutter need to be? So like that kind of prepared us for how to apply that artistic mindset of lighting and shadow, like when you get to use, like, for example, a different medium. Um it also kind of made us like aware of, like, when we got into the digital field, like how to apply different concepts without having to like go on Google or look at something else. So when you're in the dark room, you can't have any light. And when you're in that darkness by yourself, you kind of have to hold on to hope that, like, as you're developing this film, you have to hope that everything goes right, that no one opens the door. As you're sitting there cranking that film, you have to hope that everything works, because any light leaks, anything, you're done. So we had to do that for at least 2 years. And when I tell you, I I came out with some of the most amazing pictures, but I also saw people make mistakes. And one of the things I want to talk about tonight is the importance of observation and the importance of being okay with making mistakes. This is an awesome game. This is an awesome medium. And I've never played a game like this. And growing up, I played plenty of strategy based games, but this has got to be one of my favorite ones. Um, just a quick question. Does anybody here play any strategy based games? Like maybe, for example, Final Fantasy? Maybe, I don't know, Diablo, like Sims, hell, Sims. Anything like that? No gamers? Here we go, Hennessy, right? So if you don't play a strategy based game, that's fine. That's totally fine. But strategy based games kind of help you look at things in a different way. Or RPGs, for example. So this is a big RPG. You're in a role playing game, right? And in a role playing game, it works best if you find like a team full of people, right? It works well if you find a group. So in a strategy based game, you usually have your fighter, you have your mage, you have a melee character, so on and so on, right? That same strategy works for this game, except it's a little bit different. Do you guys follow what I'm saying, or did I lose you a little bit? Just raise your hand if I lost you. Okay, right? On this game, I've gotten the pleasure of meeting several people, and I've met some great characters, and some of them work so well for my team. Vashpike, the best melee character you can ever play with. Bambi is my mage. Beijing, the best mage, war mage, and healer in this game, if you will. I'm giving an example for those of you that play games. Um, if you apply that same strategy to this game, you will often find success. You'll learn different mediums, you'll learn different techniques because you're learning from each other. Um, Anybody have any questions at all? I feel like I'm rambling. Any questions? Gosh, you guys are super quiet tonight. So anyway, um, I know we usually ask questions at the end, but one of the things that you can do in MetaTalks is do question and answer as well. Um, I'm not really good at making long speeches, so if we can do question and answer, that'll really help me like give you guys some additional information. Just a tad bit nervous. So your help would be awesome. Zephyr.
Hi. Oh, here I go. Here I go. Here I go. Okay, what would you say? Which game inspires you the most?
Final Fantasy, hands down. So if anyone knows me, Final Fantasy would have to be it. Um, I love the gameplay. I love the graphics, and in fact, the graphics are what inspired me to go to a school specifically for art. Um, so when it comes to art, in the area that I was in and in the tax bracket I was born in, I didn't really have the money to go to the school that would have taught me the techniques that it takes for learning CGI or graphic arts, which is really what I wanted to do. So I had to go to the next best thing. But when I make my art, I strive for it to look kind of like the cut scenes on games like that. Um, in fact, like getting this headset was a blessing because this is the closest thing I could get because growing up I didn't think I could do trigonometry enough to create the scenes or the characters that were needed for games like that. Um, I feel like this gives me the opportunity to do that. Um, Anyone else? Okay. If we don't have any questions, I'm just gonna go ahead and continue on from where I left off. But
I'm
um,
missing my. What is it?
anyway, so like one reason why this game really helps you out as an artist is because you get to watch people kind of, I wouldn't say make mistakes, but because we're in beta, not only do we get to watch one another's gameplay, but we also get to watch meta and what they decide. So one of the things that I enjoy is watching people kind of set up their own individual strategies and picking out what people like video or Facebook choose. So if somebody creates something really interesting, I kind of look at what video decides to put in their asset pack. So every time it updates, I'll look at video, and then I look at like what people have in their worlds. So, I mean, if you're looking at what's trending or like what's out there or what's interesting, that's a good way to look at it. And that's another strategy. Um, Another thing about like using your friends and making sure you have an important team is because it's kind of ridiculous to try and do everything by yourself. While it is possible, what's the saying? A jack of trades is better. What? A jack of trades is better than one, but a. Does anybody know that saying? If you know it, just raise your hand or can somebody Google it for me? A jack of. I don't remember. But anyway, I'm just going to paraphrase because it's better to have a lot of talents, right? And having one is good, but if you can do it yourself or at least have a team that has more than one talent, that's going to get you a lot farther. So there's actually an African saying, and I believe Purple Platform has it in her world. Um and it goes like, if you want to go fast, go by yourself, but if you want to go long, go, together. And that is a very true saying. And one of the things that I've noticed in this game, and the reason why I think that we're not getting where we need to be, is because we're not working together efficiently. We'll work together, we'll have a spat, and then instantly it's like, I'm not talking to you, I'm not talking to you. And I've been guilty of it as well. But it kind of ruins the efficiency of the game, especially within the community, because we are very brilliant together. I mean, I found my old world today and I compared it to a world that I did recently. And the growth that we've made as a community and as builders in the last 7 months is absolutely phenomenal. And so, if we were to work together for just 2 months, right? Maybe going through mediation or counseling if something happens, can you imagine where we'd be? You know? So, the importance of having a team and working together and putting self behind us is just, if we just tried that for 2 months, just like, okay, all beef aside, let's work together, let's try our best, this would be crazy. And another reason why that's important is because we're also about to meet, and Burden said it last night on a show. The camaraderie that he saw last night when he had his show with the other players that were coming from England, he was like, we're nowhere near, and he's telling the truth. You know, we're gonna see some cultures that have camaraderie and community because they've had nothing else but that. They've had no choice but to depend on other people. So, how can we stand alone as a small group that falls apart easily with communities and cultures that have had nothing but one another? Do you follow what I'm saying? Just raise your hand if I'm not making sense. So, I'm sorry if I sound like I'm all over the place. I also suffer with ADD like most of you. So, this is a lot. And oddly enough, I'm a teacher, but there were so many thoughts in my notepad about what I wanted to talk about that I don't know what I wanted to talk about. So I was hoping I'd get some question and answer out here, but it's cool. We can keep going. But what I mean to say is I hope and I hope there's a way that we can all come together like a community, or else you're going to see a lot of your favorite creators out here kind of get swept under because the other communities are going to support one another, which is awesome. We're going to see some fantastic art, but we're going to have to believe in one another because that's the only way this game works. The only reason I'm up here is because you guys somewhere along the way believed in me, right? So the only way that we're going to continue to have success if we could is if we continue to believe in each other. So that starts by having an inkling of trust, just a little bit, just to build a community. That's why I had Zephyr come up here, because we have had so much mistrust, especially in this social media age, that it's delicate and it's fragile. And I know it hurts to have to reach out and trust somebody. I know. I am literally here because I'm learning to trust. I was in a narcissistic, abusive relationship for like 2 years. That guy is breakdancing. You okay, Jay?
Yeah.
You good? All right, good. I was in that abusive relationship for 2 years and I hung on because I believed. But that's what happens when you get into relationships, when you have mistrust and you don't believe in yourself. So I came here to rebuild what little trust I had left. So I feel you. This is why I'm nice. This is why I reach out. And it seems kind of like it's a distrust, but somewhere along the line, to be an artist, you have to have some trust. Okay? I mean, go to a museum. Go to a museum full of art from the 1800s through the early 1900s. Somebody had to have trust in themselves and the artist. Somebody had to trust a Basquiat. Somebody had to trust, I don't know, a Picasso. We got to believe in each other. And it gets kind of old, guys, and I'm guilty too. But there is so much opportunity on this app. Can anybody tell me a percentage of people that actually have an Oculus in their home that use it every day? Because I can tell you, I'm sure that it's less than 50%. How many people use their Instagram every day? Now, think about it like this. We all have an Instagram account, right? How many of us as artists have tried to put our stuff, our art, on Instagram?
I have.
How many likes do you usually get? Let's be honest. So if you have, oh, no, you're fine. If I have like 900 followers, are at least 10% liking my artwork every single time? I don't know. Now, how much is your traffic on here if you really just go to the plaza and get people to follow you, right? We have a bigger chance on here on this app to make something of ourselves in our art than anywhere else. And all we have to do is say, "Hey Bambi, let's do a world hop." All right, well, Papa 911 he just dropped a new world. Let's go over there. Let's go visit. And then we can go over to Hennessy's new place. And then we can go to JDM's place. Like, that's what Oculus has been doing. That's what Ashy Bashy was doing at one point. Like, that's how we need to work. And then we just need to sit there for a little bit and just have a conversation like we're having now. But it takes that trust and that belief. And I do that for people, and even the people that we don't see eye to eye with, we still have to help, because that's what community is. If we talk about community, that's what we need to do. And community means uplifting people and being there even when we don't want to. Because I'll be honest, sometimes I just want to stay in my room, in my world, and build and not go out. But sometimes we have to, because that's what it means to uplift our fellow builder or scripter. And it sucks, but it's supposed to, because it's life. Jay's gonna go uplift somebody. Hopefully. Any questions? Is everybody okay? You want to go take a little break, get a snack?
I found the
good?
quote you're talking about.
What's up?
Oh, do I use this? Do I grab this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You were trying to say the quote from earlier, and I have a hard time remembering it all the time as well. But the quote is, a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Right?
Read the second part.
compliment far from the da 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 da. Hold on, give me a second. That is the second part. Oftentimes, better than a master of one.
There's a second part to that that talks about like, oh wait, no, that isn't. I'm sorry. I'm still really nervous.
It's all good, girl. It's all
Skip
good.
that part. Don't put that in there. Are we live? Oh gosh. I forgot we're live. You guys remember that one scene? Let's do it live. What was the name of that reporter? See, no, I need to be off here. So anyway, are there I'm sorry. Are there any questions? Everybody's good. I think I got about 20 minutes. Okay. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go back to like my life a little bit. So um I did not have the money to go to the schools that I wanted to learn this, but I had one hope inside my head, and that's a hope that I had as a 13-year-old kid that I would be a computer graphic animator. And I held on to that. I still have my yearbook that says computer graphic animator beside my name. And I tried to find ways to get there. I had teachers that literally would not teach me Photoshop because they did not believe in me in high school. I went to a trade school. The teacher was like, I'm not going to teach you, Miss ADD. I had,
Boo.
hi, I had awful teachers, but I kept going. Sometimes in life, you're going to get, you okay over there? Okay. Sometimes in life, you're going to get people that do not believe in you, and that is okay. It's all about, do you believe in you?
Got a feeling I'll be alright. Okay.
That's right.
Where's the good one?
Mm-hmm.
Nope. No, that's not the right one. Yeah, this is the good one. I'm flying.
You are flying.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. Hi. How are you?
Hi. Good.
That's good.
I want to
How was your
invite you to a party.
Can I come in a little bit?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you. So, I didn't have the best teachers, but I tried to learn as best I could, so I went to school for it. After school, I tried to apply and use my degree. Nothing worked. Absolutely nothing worked. I did not get my first job in the arts until like I was like 25, but I still kept trying and still kept going. Um, is anybody working the arts in their real life? Zephyr? Jules? Cool. How long did it take you, if I may ask?
Maybe a couple years um, after high school.
Mm-hmm.
Party
Zephyr?
up.
The same. Yeah.
I'm done.
You gotta press the card.
The same, actually.
Yeah. So for anybody out there that's looking for an art job, just know that it does take a while. But I will say about this app, this is the quickest. So I'm not gonna remove him, and I'm gonna explain why in a little bit. In just a little, I know it's annoying, but I do have a story about why. Um, uh, I forgot what I was gonna say, y'all. I'm so sorry. Um, so it does take a while, but don't give up on yourself. But I'm not going to remove him. I'm actually a teacher in real life. And today I had a situation where my student came up to me and we've been practicing on how to block people because he likes to go in VR chat. Oh, sorry, kid. Your Uber's here. He likes to, go on VR chat and go into public instances. And we learned how to block people last year. And today he actually used that in a situation where an adult came up to him and said something very appropriate that started with an R. Even though kids are really annoying sometimes on this app, I'm just going to be 100. If we were in their shoes, we would probably be just annoying. Um, and we just have to send them to a world that is appropriate for kids because with us pushing them out sometimes they end up going to the places where they do feel accepted and sometimes those places aren't the best places for them. You know what I mean? So, like, if you see a kid that's being annoying and you have portal power, or you know somebody that might have portal power, just throw a portal and just have them go in there. Um, I've done it before. Just kind of be patient with them, because we can't just keep pushing them to the side. Because I mean, for my kid to come up to me today, one of my old students, and be like, this guy said that he wanted to word with that begins with R, me, that's just, we got to do better. That's just my opinion, but I understand that this was once, an 18 plus app, or at least for adults. I get it, but it's just the cards that we're given at this time. You know, you guys are great though. You guys are awesome. No pressure like that. No pressure. But anybody have any questions? Okay. Oh, Rupert.
I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the future for Bubblegum Planet? You've created a string of amazing worlds. Where is this leading to?
So I just recently I was onboarded by VR in Review. So at the moment I am working on some amazing projects. Personally, I really want to see what education could look like on this app. I'm a big believer in um arts integration. So I would love to see what it's like to work with like a schooltastic, or another type of education app on here, and do immersive education. I think it's time. I had the pleasure of teaching virtually during the pandemic, and that was my funnest year. I loved it. I thought the kids learned well, and it's amazing how education can boost like a child's confidence when done in the proper setting, and to see them flourish from their home was an amazing opportunity, and it made me realize why I became a teacher in the first place. So personally, that's something I really want to do. But yeah, that's mhm. um okay. Anyone else? Yeah.
You
Hi.
might be in a party, Vash. You're in a party.
Correct, Diane. Thank you, brother. Hi, Bubblegum Planet. Will we see a Bubblegum Planet strategy-based game in the near future?
Yes, you will.
Thank you. That's what I want to know.
Thank you. Okay. Dang, I was gonna say whoever gets to the top first, but you
Oh,
both got there at the same time.
go ahead, CJ.
Hey, Bubbles.
Hmm.
Um, how can I say this? I want to thank you. This is a statement. I want to actually thank you because a lot of people probably don't know that if it wasn't for you, a lot of creators would not be in this space or successful in a successful way because a lot of us
Oh, you fell down. You falling.
I don't feel Jesus.
All right, there you
Um,
go.
but a lot of us wouldn't be in the space because of all the craziness in the space that that
Hmm.
goes on, but you keep on encourage encouraging us to do keep pushing. So from a fan point stand of view, because you're like one of the first people I met on here, and we
Hmm.
both love Dragon Ball Z, which
Yeah.
yeah, you already know. But
Hmm.
like I said, from most of us as creators would love to thank you, and we're glad that you finally getting the recognition that you deserve.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's it.
yeah.
That was awesome.
You. You.
Oh, I want Terica can go first. I talked already. Go ahead, Terica.
Mhm.
Hi. And also,
Hi.
thank you for being so open and vulnerable with yourself. And I also want to be back on what CJ has said. And I'm also very proud of you. So that's all that I had to say.
Thank you. Yeah. Awesome. I appreciate you.
Yours?
Hi, Rupert. Um, I wanted to know, did your why change at all? Like when you first started doing art, what was your why and has it expanded or changed?
So I I'm not even sitting in the chair. I'm just gonna put these down. Um, my why was always, it was out of a place of pain. Um, so I never felt seen as a kid. So I use art as a way to be seen and heard. And I would never be seen, but I felt as though I was always kind of duplicated, if that makes sense. Um, so in the beginning, my why was kind of used as a method of revenge. And then at one point when I was in a really bad relationship, I would make art, and the person I was dating at the time would use that as a form of manipulation. They would tell me, "Oh, you should make art. You should make art." And then when I would make art, they would literally destroy my art. Um,
Mm.
so then kind of my why was just destroyed. I stopped making art completely for about 5 years. Um, and then from that why, I guess somebody, so what happened was I was in a really bad relationship. It got bad to the point where this person for 3 days tortured me. Um, like on the third day of all days, it started on January 16th. It ended on the 19th. On the third day, I guess they realized it got bad and then played V for Vendetta of all movies and said, "Oh, this is why I did it." It was crazy. It was crazy. Um, so I stopped making art completely. I was like, "Fuck people." Excuse my language. I was like, "I hate people." I stayed in my room. I didn't want to why. I was just like, "I'm just here until I leave, and I don't know when I want to leave, but I'm out soon." And then I met someone. I met John. I don't know if you guys have seen J More Life, but I met my boyfriend and he gave me this camera. Well, he didn't give me the camera, but he introduced me to this person named Jesse who gave me this expensive camera just out of nowhere. I mean, like, I was in the middle of nowhere. If anybody's gone to Salisbury University in Maryland, you know that this place is literally in nowhere. And he brought me to this studio that was this state of the art studio. I mean, like there was like if you imagine a visual art studio, it was everything it could possibly be. And he's like, "Oh, here's this camera. Go shoot. Just here, go shoot art." And I mean, this was a Canon with a beautiful lens. I mean, this had to be at least like over a grand. And it just gave me art and was like, "This is my studio. Whatever you need, you can have it." And I was just like, "Why?" So at that moment, my why started to change. So it was like, it was no longer like it was like, "Why are you doing this?" So like my why became, over time, like it started to morph into different things. Um, it became selfish because now I was like, okay, now I can show my ex I'm gonna make art and he's gonna see my art and he's gonna see what he did and what he missed out on. But I was on Instagram and Facebook, so no one could see my art because it was so saturated. So then I got this for Christmas as an early gift. And I did a radio interview like a few days before I actually went on Horizon. And I was like, I told the person that was interviewing me, I was like, "Yeah, I have an Oculus. I definitely want this Oculus to see what kind of art platforms are on here. I hope I can find something." I found Horizons the next day and I met Hoss Maple and a few other day ones. And about a week or two after that, I started making art. And then I kept running into people that just also had like kind of the same heart story or the same problem. And I started to hear pain from different people like within like 2 and 3 months, and just people that were trying to fix their lives, and they weren't saying much but they were saying enough that I was just like, holy shit, this is my why. So the same reason I got the camera was like, you follow what I'm saying? Like my art became like, okay, this is my way to show people like they my art's like to show people you can come from nothing, you can come from hurt, you can come
Mhm.
here, you can meditate, you can heal, and you can be yourself again. I found myself here. I know that sounds so corny. Like I found myself through art, but seriously, when you walk in your purpose, when and like when you're building by yourself and you're trying to figure out how these shapes work and how this texture is going to work, and you're thinking about, yeah, you should really go get the mail out the mailbox, and how this argument happened, and like you're replaying things over your head, that is a form of meditation. You're in your worlds by yourself and you're thinking and you're meditating and you're processing. This is medicine. Art is medicine. So my why has become healing now. And I see that when I talk to people like Better Art Museum and RC Diggs and Bambi and Vash and like all of you. Like you guys are like a little dose of Dimetap, of medicine, of vitamin C. Like you guys are my why. You're my people, my friends. Somebody. Yeah. Hopefully that wasn't too corny. Sorry.
That was awesome, and just thank you for sharing.
Hmm. Anybody else? We good? Okay.
Um, I do have another question because
Hmm.
every time you are at the show as a guest, you always access to the person on the stage. So, top creators, who's on your list?
Oh
I'm gonna put
no.
you. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Yes. Now you know what it feels like when you do it to other people. So,
Damn. This is hard because the problem is it's not like how it used to be. There are so many creators that just aren't seen now. And actually we were world hopping with RC Diggs not too long ago, and there's this movement called Lost You Found You that I would really like to get behind, because there aren't enough creators seen. Like we were just looking at one the other day. He did a world called Moonlight Gospel, and he did it for his friend that passed away. And I can't think of his name. I'll post it on my feed, my little Instagram story. Amazing builder. I think he also did this other build with the robot, and I took a picture. And I was like, "Whoo, this is smooth." And he had like 7 likes, and I was like, "What the what?" But I'm sorry, I'm rambling. My top creators, of course. Hmm. What can I throw scripters in there too? Hmm. All right, let me look at my favorites. This is hard. And of course, nothing is loading.
welcome to 2.0.
Yesterday, Vash and I went to go look at La Chocolate. Her stuff, crazy. Crazy, crazy girl, crazy. She did this world Tuesday. What was it called? Not a Tuesday? Not a Tuesday, I think. She's definitely slept on. Zephyr Stepper did the best Samus build. Like, wow. Like, what? What? Crazy. Um, CJ Shotlow and Miss Divine. Can I tell you that that's a building duo. They've had some amazing clients in the past. Jay Vanity, uh, whoever her mentor is, she's been getting a lot better. She's been getting so much better. Angel was one of my first top builds. Like as soon as I came in here, I was just when I saw her apartment, I was afraid to go. One of my friends was there. I think they were having a get together, and I went there because he was there. And when I came to her build, I was like, "Oh shit. Like I shouldn't be here. She didn't invite me and I came to this girl's house. Like that build was an actual house." And I was like, "Here I am. I just came into this woman's meta house. She didn't give I didn't call first. I didn't bring nothing. I'm just here as a stranger and they're about to roast me in party chat like I'm a suckling duck." But she was so cool. But that like her builds, I mean, from Better Museum, I posted like like her worlds on my TikTok. That's how like mesmerized by her world I was. I was like, what? Um, let's see. There's so many guys. Like I don't like that phrase top creator because just like my favorite color, like it changes like the moon. Like really. And I you guys make dope stuff every day. And I see what you post every day. So it's just like for me to say top creator, I never like that in the real life when they would be like, "Oh, top artist, top singer," because it's just like you make that one build and it's your heart, you know. And I would never want you to have to pick your own favorite top. So who am I to sit here and say, "Oh, who's my top?" But I'm rambling. Um, Miss Divine.
Okay. I'm not gonna get my feelings, but hi, Bubble. Okay,
Hi.
so I feel it coming on, so I'm gonna try not to. Okay, so I absolutely love, 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 love you. You
Mm-hmm.
have been supportive since the first day I met you. You've been almost to
Thanks.
everything I've ever launched, haven't launched. You've been like, you've been a very good friend.
Mm-hmm.
The artist piece, of course, I love that because you come up with some stuff that I could never. Okay. But I just wanted to thank you for just being a good friend, being there, whenever. I mean, it could be 2 o'clock in the morning, and I say, "Oh my gosh, let me show you what I did." You will pop in and you come, you stay, you talk. I've hit you up at all hours of the night, having a panic attack and emotional wreck, all of the above. And every time I've called your name, you've been there. I appreciate that because I don't have a lot of friends. So for you to be one of them, I'm really blessed individual to have you as someone that I can call my friend. So I appreciate you, and I'm so glad that you are getting what you deserve as a creator, what you deserve as a person. Your flowers are unlimited today. So
Yeah.
I just love you. Okay.
Thank you. And this is all recognition that we're gonna get like sooner or later. I just want you guys to know that. I mean, I started in January, so I've been building January, February, March, April, May, June. July is when things started to pick up. Did I just do something wrong? January, February, March, April, May, June, July. I'm sorry. I'm halfway asleep. It's been a long day. But like guys, you you're going to get your flowers. Like look, some artists work for years before they can even get a mention in a newspaper, you know? And we're getting mentioned, we're getting shouted out by Horizon, by Mark. Like this is happening so fast and it's astronomical. Like we've all been getting our flowers in one way or another. So I just want you to know this is going to happen for all of us, but thank you for noticing and thank you. And if anything, I've been feeling like I've been letting you down because I know I haven't come the last couple of times, but I've been a little bit, just a little bit. Thank you. Anybody? You all good? All right. Uh,
So you're global, not angels. You can just ask your question.
Sorry, I had to come out of party.
mhm.
um, so I also wanted to just give Bubblegum her flowers because although she did cause a B&E in my meta home, um, what came from it was a beautiful friendship. And I found out, like, once she came into my home, we had a great conversation and, moved on. And then someone came back to me and was just like, no, you have to see like her Dragon Ball Z world. So if you guys haven't seen not just what she has there now, but you haven't seen all of the elevations, el- ev- evolutions. Sorry, I smoked earlier. All of the evolutions of her Dragon Ball Z worlds, it is a true honor to say that I am one of the people that has seen the first one all the way to where it's at now. And that is something that I will never take for granted, because that was one thing that completely blew my mind that you did. You were like, you
Thank
created
you.
this whole entire world. It was fantastic, beautiful. And then you came back and was just like, you know what? Scrap it up. Let's just change it up. And I was just like, what is she doing? Like, I was just like completely like, oh my gosh. But for you to just have that ability to just be like, I know I just made a work of art. Let's just change the whole thing up and just make that last one just a complete memory. Just like having that was like insane to me, but also like interesting, and just like it just made me want to see more and see more of your work and just follow your progress all the way to the top. And I'm just so glad that I'm still here by your side and able to still see your progress and be able
Thank
to shout
you.
you out and give you your flowers and your love and all of that. So yeah,
Thank you.
love you, girl.
Thank you. Thank you. Right. Thank you guys. I appreciate you coming here tonight. Zephyr,
Sorry.
you're fine.
Sorry, I've been grabbing and lowering and this thing this whole time, but I actually did mean to press it this time. Sorry, I've been
Mm-hmm.
accidentally grabbing. While we're giving
Yeah.
flowers, I just wanted to give you a whole dang bouquet at this point. This woman has done more for my art than even I am. She is she's on Instagram talking about me and mentioning me even more than I am, because I'm pretty antisocial. I don't mean to be, but
That's
it's just
okay.
kind of how I have to be. And but it's slowly changing because of a lot of you beautiful people here. I just wanted to give you your bouquet because you're amazing. The first time I met Bubblegum, we were, by we, I mean Papa 911 and Jay Lay, my besties. We were in your world, and
Mm-hmm.
we see you coming from, we were in Forgotten. Very, very awesome, awesome world. And we see you coming down the way, because it's a giant art world. And you you didn't even know us at that point, but she went to every single one of our worlds all in one night. It was like an hour long, hours long jaunt. She went to every single, I do mean every single one of our worlds, and you hyped the hell out of them. We didn't even know you at that point, but you were just kind and welcoming. You are, no, you don't like the word top creator, so I'm gonna say big creator, right? Big creator, and you went to every single one of our worlds. You made me feel so encouraged, and you just came right up to us, and it was just so welcoming and just awesome, and I felt great. Yeah, that really sparked me to get an Instagram too, and it was
Mm-hmm.
just an amazing night. It was really great. We talked, and we
Yeah.
just it was awesome. And so I just wanted to give you your bouquet, and you're an
Thank you.
amazing human being, and I'm very blessed to know you.
Yeah. That lady right there that's in front of you, she taught me that. There's a quote inside Forgotten that she said, like, she would always say, don't leave the room until you friended everybody. And it's true. And there's nothing wrong with friending everybody. She also taught me this, like, to not be afraid of no. Like, she's the reason people like her and Vash and Beijing are the reason why I was able to do the show with Jay Vanity too. And the reason why I feel like I believe in myself more because, like, you know, what's wrong with people saying no, and what's wrong with failure? Like, what's wrong with you wanting to be friends with somebody and them saying no? What's wrong with trying? Like, this is the safest game to do this in. This is perfect practice. And like, I'll be honest, after I got out of the relationship I was in, I had PTSD. Because of that, I had anxiety, I had ADD, depression, and PTSD knocked it into something. And I hate to say this, like, because people run away when they hear this diagnosis. Bipolar disorder 2, not the first one, the second one. And basically what that is I have very high highs and very low lows. So I was literally always in my shell. I was afraid to come out, but meeting them, I have never felt this confident. Like, I haven't felt this confident in my life, let alone in a long time. But they taught me like how to believe in myself and just how to help other people. So the love and respect that I give back is just the love and the respect that I've been given. And like when you have a group and like Bambi Pie and Michael, my goodness, like I have the best. If this is an RPG, I mean, like we're summoning all of the Aeons. We got all of the Kurigas and the Phoenix Downs. Like we're going up against Sephiroth tomorrow. Like we're good. We're good. We got all the weapons. We're fine. Hey, Stiga. Everybody you guys know what I'm talking about, my real ones out there. Like we're good. We're good. Like they have given me so much love and encouragement over the last few months that I have ever received. I think I don't want to say in my lifetime because my parents are awesome and my family's awesome, but y'all are like you guys feed a part of me that I didn't know was hungry. Thank you. But Zephyr, that you anything you need, I know that you and Jay and Papa are in a place right now. You guys are down, but I'm gonna give you that same love I was given right now. So like, yeah. Sorry if I'm rambling. I do that. Terica, what's wrong? We're playing charades. I'm bad at charades.
I know you are. Nothing. The seat wouldn't go down. Keep going.
Hey, can you
Bro.
can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Sorry.
so you already know how I feel about you. I feel like you've been deserved your flowers a long time ago, in my opinion. But like I told you, things takes time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When I first joined this platform around January, but this one I had like COVID, so I didn't really do anything but just world hop, and it was mostly clubs. You know what I mean? After a while, it started to get stale. So you were, if not the first, definitely the second person that like inspired me completely, especially with the Namek world.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I went into Namek, I was like, you can create stuff like this in here. Like I've never been on any type of VR platform at all. So when I first saw Namek, I was blown away, and I knew automatically I wanted to become friends with this person. And since then, we became like close friends. We play tag. You're winning. I'm just letting you know this now. At least that's what I'm gonna tell everybody. But no, no, no. And you are definitely an inspiration of mine. I'm so glad we could be, friends and part of the same team. And hopefully we can still grow together in years to come. Now, hopefully we will grow together and we will change this metaverse with everyone in this room. Okay, everything, the whole forest. You got it.
Yeah. Fire. Just fire all the way. Junior. Okay. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Thank you guys. You're amazing. Y'all are the reason I look forward to this every day. You make this app fun and I really wish everybody could have I'm not crying, you're crying. I really wish everybody could have the same experience on here that I've had over the last couple of months because I'm friends with a lot of scripters that code in Linux and all the C's and whatever. I don't do coding. They've ripped this. They're not kind about this app because they're not in here. But if they could just have the experience that I've had, they'd come back and they'd be here. Because I mean, you're all amazing creators, and I give you your flowers, and I cannot wait for the day that you guys get what you deserve. And I'm rooting for you the entire way. Purple Tim's Caden. I don't know who you are, but I hope you like flowers because you're gonna get them. Same thing with you, Pamsky. Like it's contagious. The blessings in the block. Like I wish you all the best. WV. I love that name. It sounds very bush, very, like, freedom fries. I love it. I want you guys to have a good night. If you're going world hopping tonight, uh, Manny, DJ Manny, that he's also a very good friend. He is one of the people that have has taught me to, you know, be chill here. He's a very nice person. He just made a bumper cars world. I'm about to go there and bump some cars. So if you like to come with me and lose, because I'm winning, you're I'm kidding now. You're very well. You're more than welcome to come and we can do a little world hop if you guys got some worlds that you'd like to, show. Let's do that. Like let's go have some fun. Like this world, yes, is about making worlds, but it's also about like, sharing them too. And this is a great way to socialize, in a safe environment. So let's go out and do that. Let's have some fun and, let's go get a snack like a Pop Tart or a strudel or something, some drinks and come back here and world hop. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so
All
much.
right.
I appreciate your time.
All right. Don't go anywhere yet. I'm not finished with you.
Mm.
Uh, any other questions for Bubble? All right. So I want to give you your flowers also because we know in being here, this place isn't always easy. Sometimes with the interactions that we have with people and scenarios that happen. But you said something, and I don't want people to miss the point in what you said. There is benefit in not stopping. There is a huge benefit in continually moving forward. Things will happen because it's
Mhm.
life, and
Yeah.
life is neither good nor bad. And I'm going to stress that over and over and over again. It is just life. It is what we make of it. So within the bad, there is always hope on the other side of that bad as long as we continue to move forward. And don't let that go over your heads because it's serious, because it's not easy being here. Again, the things we create may come easy to us, but however, when we deal with the number of people that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, things are going to happen and it's okay. But know
And
your
can I just
purpose and stay in your lane. By all means, go ahead.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I also want to add on to that. So I was in a class and the person instructing the class said something that was mind-boggling. We're supposed to argue with each other. We're supposed to have conflict with one another as artists. And studies and statistics show that that conflict actually improves group work and group effort. Without that conflict, they actually found that the work or the work produced was actually pretty mundane. So, as Erica Badu would say, she's an artist and she's sensitive about her shit, and so are we. So, of course, conflict is going to come from that. It's normal. So, with that being said, it's okay to feel indifferent about something. It's okay to have conflict. It's okay to be like, wow, I really don't like you today. Get out my face. But just like with a family member, if you saw that family member on the side of the road walking in the rain, wouldn't you stop and pick them up? It would probably be a quiet car ride, but you would stop and pick them up. Do you know what? Don't answer that because some cousins want to punch him, but that's fine. No, but we have to work together. So like conflict is okay, but sometimes we do have to talk it out. Continue. I hope. Sorry, Rupert, but you're great.
No,
Thank you.
I'm going to let you end it like that. So,
Yeah.
what do you want people to know to go check out? If people that do not know you, what is the first role you would recommend
Oh,
of yours to go see?
Bubbles Beanbag Hub has everything. It has my contact information. It has my worlds and it has all my friends' worlds. And it has my actual beanbag. So when you go in there, the beanbag that I'm sitting on right now, the room is the actual my actual gaming room from top to bottom, detail and all. So Bubbles Beanbag Hub, or you could go here because this is the first world that is my first collab with Beijing and Vashbike. And you can color the wigs and you can rinse them out and you can try on Avishine, and you can take pictures and attachables. Either or.
You want to shout out your socials? Where can people find you?
Yeah. So you can also find me on Instagram at bubble underscore plant gum underscore planet. Um, I do have a Discord. There's numbers behind it though, and I don't remember that off the rip, but it is in Bubbles Beanbag Hub. Um, yeah, that's about it.
All right.
Thank
Can we
you
get
so
some
much for your
confetti?
time.
Again, I think it's easy to see why she's one of everybody's favorite creators, and I think you can ask all the top creators, and I'm using air quotes because there is no such thing as a top creator, but the people that have put in the work usually respect others and see others that put in the work, and I can tell you now from the amount of people in my network, Bubbles' name comes up a lot of times from a lot of people, and I'm glad now that we can see why. So we appreciate you. We're glad you're getting your flowers. We are glad, especially me, that you did not quit and stop and kept going. You're an inspiration to a lot of people in the crowd, and the community sincerely thanks you and appreciates you. So, again, let's give some confetti to Bubble. All right, y'all. So, we good? You good?
Mhm.
All right, y'all. So, season 3, show number 2 is a wrap. Listen, you guys could have been anywhere. There's a lot of worlds going up, and there's a lot of worlds already here, but you chose to be here with us tonight, and we do not take
Thank
that
you.
for granted. We
Mhm.
love you, we appreciate you, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Alrighty.
Angel?
That was great.
Good job,
Yeah,
babe.
I had to get out of that chair. It wouldn't go down.
I'm glad you came. Wasn't this a good
It was
experience?
Awesome.
How you doing, brother?
it was scary in the
Yeah, man,
beginning
what's
because
going
I
on,
was
man?
like,
That chair would
what
not
did
go
I just
down for
say?
nothing.
Right,
Oh,
sure,
all
it's
right.
probably
Well,
You
I
did
say this all the
good.
time.
Yeah,
it'd be
thank
full.
you. It's
Yes,
because of
you
y'all.
did.
You guys are
Very,
awesome.
very
Thank
quickly.
you.
If you're not
Yeah,
here
yeah.
like 10,
Mhm.
15
That was
minutes
scary.
early,
That was
Oh,
scary.
Vash, my boy. How's it
Yes.
going?
Shit, I was scared for you. I ain't gonna lie.
Why?
No, not dead ass. I was kind of nervous.
Yeah, shit.
Really?